I got to say that this is the year that I've been waiting for Tua, because last year I was the guy that I kind of expected Tua to be all right, not to be great, because the guy's coming off a hip injury with no offseason. The offense is not really built for him overall. The offense doesn't have great weapons. It's a young offensive line. There are so many things up against Tua last year that I didn't sit there expecting him to just dominate. You know what I'm saying? But this year, I'm expecting him to really be strong. I'm not saying dominate because, that's the Aaron Rodgers and the Tom Brady and the Russell Wilson type and the Pat Mahomes. Those kind of guys, we can demand that. But I am expecting incredible improvement. And what I love about all of this now is I finally get, and we finally get to watch Tua play football. And we finally get to watch Tua be in a comfortable position to play football. He knows the offense. He's got better weapons out there. Hopefully the line improves from last year, because we know that that's obviously still a work in progress. I think he's got a decent stable of running backs overall. He's got a heck of a tight end in Mike Gesicki. And physically now, he's got to be in a comfort zone now, because now he's got to feel like he's 100%. Now he's approaching 2 years removed from that surgery. We're only a few months away from November. So before you know it, he's already 2 years in. And so now we're talking about a guy that by the time the season starts, it's a year and 3/4 removed from that surgery. So now physically he feels comfortable. So when you feel comfortable physically, right, then this allows you to mentally go out there and do your job and not have to protect yourself. Because whether you like it or not, he had to kind of be somewhat careful last year. And there were probably things that he probably didn't want to try to do, or maybe things that his doctors told him, hey, look, you can play, but, understand that you've got to try to limit yourself from this or this. Now he should have no limitations. And now his mind should be clear that he doesn't have to worry about an injury, because he's 100% right now. So this allows him to freely go out there and play football. And for you and me, we get to watch the guy that hopefully will be the franchise quarterback that we've been looking for since Dan Marino had to walk out the door after 62-7. And they have never recovered since that guy. And, that's, in a way, I got to tell you, this is the last part of the equation, because I've said this for many years now. And if you followed this show, you know what I'm talking about. I said they've never recovered from three things. They've never recovered from Robbie, they've never recovered from Shula, and they've never recovered from Marino. Stephen Ross, I think, finally figured it out. He stopped screwing around. He got out of the way, and he hired a football person, and he let the football person hire his coach. And they let his coach hire his assistants. He wasn't inheriting somebody's offensive coordinator and somebody's defensive coordinator and the human Jenga that we used to play here all the time. Okay? He finally figured it out. So Stephen Ross, we know, has always been a great owner because he's willing to spend. Now, he needed the other part to really become a complete owner by making the right business decisions for his team. And I think he's finally crossed that threshold, that he finally understood, I need to get the F out of the way, dude. I know construction. I know real estate. I know that. That's how I've made my billions. But I don't know football. So I need to get the hell out of the way and let football people decide. I hired them, right? Let me hire them to do a job and get the hell out of the way. And it's happened. And now it looks like 2 years in, they found the coach finally. Like I told you, this is Miami's best coach since Don Shula. All right? I'm more impressed with Flores than I ever was with Jimmy Johnson. Okay? So now it looks like you got your owner. It looks like you got your coach. And if Tua crosses that threshold this year, you have finally recovered from the big three. You finally got your owner, you finally got your coach, and you finally got your quarterback. And that's the exciting part about this season now. That's the exciting part about this week. Because now we get to watch Tua play football. Not run around in practice, not run around without pads, not playing against his own teammates, and everybody knows exactly what's going to happen and the plays, and they get to, and the cadence and everything else, and they kind of get bored and they kind of get used to it, and it becomes redundant and all that stuff. I get all of that. I've been at this long enough to know. But this part of the equation, man, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And if Tua crosses that threshold, figure it out, ladies and gentlemen. If you got your owner, if you got your coach, and if you got your quarterback, everything else is eventually going to fall into place. Right? Everything else is just mental masturbation. Everything will be figured out because if you're smart enough to find the coach and the quarterback, you're smart enough to fill out the rest of the damn team. Okay? You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm excited about this week here, because this now starts really the training camp, the part of training camp that we're looking forward to, the part of training camp that we can actually now start to evaluate over the next couple of weeks is now they get to play against somebody else. And that's the ultimate test. And the ultimate motivation for all these players too. Because it's just common sense. You're going to get bored playing against your own teammates every single day. And you're going to learn all their nuances, and you're going to know everything that they do and all their habits. And it's redundant. It's a pain in the ass. But this week, man, this is something I'm looking forward to.